how we can see peace return to the state. But I pray that if the appeal court sits now and gets to a solution, that the parties involved will abide by the rulings of the appeal court.
They still have the right to go to the Supreme Court. I mean, the Supreme Court is the court of finality. So
I understand. If you can see now, about three judgments, one from High Court, two from appeal court rather. None have been obeyed. But we hope that when this one is done now, they can obey so that Rivers State can have peace again. Then finally, on the issue of fuel, marketers agree with Dangote NNPC to sell fuel at a fair rate. I don't know what to be fair to Nigerians, knowing that crude is now being sold in Naira to Dangote, and he is now saying that he will give us at 900 or something like that. That's not fair. I think if we can get this product at 500 Naira, that will be fair for me.
All right, 500 Naira.
That will be fair enough.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Clinton. I've got God's power. Is it God power? God power from HO. Welcome. What is on your mind?
Good afternoon, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, that is a very good move for the appeal to sit and harmonize all the cases pending. But my problem is whether they will also agree, obey, because there's a problem with the people who the appeal may favor some, and the people that don't favor will not agree. That's the problem. It's the right move.
So at this point, God power. Yeah, I can hear you, but can you hear me now? At this point, there will be no conflicting judgments, right? So all of the cases, all of the Rivers State cases at the Court of Appeal level will be looked at by this special panel. So there will be no conflicting, not why they claim not to obey any side you're talking about now. It's because they are conflicting judgments. So if you look at the Martin side, they'll tell you there's a judgment.
From that already has gone to Supreme Court. Are they going to withdraw the ones from Supreme Court?
The Supreme Court will deal with those matters. Supreme Court will deal with those matters. They are before the Supreme Court already. They will deal with them.
The problem is legal, because I think that of legitimacy has gone to Supreme Court.
Okay. All right then.
I don't know.
All right.
Let's start from there too. After that one, so that we can have a side of living in Rivers State. Because we are here, people in Rivers State, we are not happy. We are not happy at all. Despite the economic crunch and all that thing. This political saga, we are not happy.
All right.
For Dangote and this one, I'm afraid, because if everybody depends on Dangote, I don't know whether we monopolize it. Because Dangote likes to monopolize mint, rice, sugar, everything. My fear is if they shut down other avenues and depend on Dangote, whether will be safe.
All right, God power. Your 2 minutes is up. I've got to go. I've got Chima from Rumokuta. Welcome. What is on your mind?
Good afternoon, Mr. Canada.
Yeah, greetings to you.
Yeah, the move for appeal court is a very good one. I am happy when I heard it this morning. But my own problem is that I understood that what is happening in Rivers State is being managed by some persons that are using. I won't want to say the governor, but some people at the
all of that, whether they are people or not, all of that will be solved because now we've got a special panel.
About. Now the issue here is that now will they agree after the whole thing? Let it not be an effort in futility.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Because this is a panel, it's not a court. And if you look where a panel does not have the same jurisdiction with a court. So
what do you mean by what do you mean? Nah, Chima, don't say that, please. The panel is a panel of the Court of Appeal. It has the authority of the Court of Appeal. It's the judges. Don't you know that for every Court of Appeal judgment you hear, there was a panel that sat? There was a panel of judges sat to give you a Court of Appeal judgment.
That's a very good one, Mr. Canada. I like the information you're giving to me.
All right. Then.
But my own thing I'm asking here is that now, our governor, will he not come back here and say he was ambushed? Because everybody have tried to settle this matter. Even the one that even fears me the most, even taking the judgment from the appeal court was a problem. And let me remind
because
you...
Because he has... Now, Chima, the Court of Appeal is not the court of finality. So even if the Court of Appeal does not favor the governor has a right to go to the Supreme Court. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's when the Supreme Court gives a judgment that we can now say, oh, okay, case over.
Okay, if that is the case, now what we want in River State is peace.
Okay.
Because if you look at things now, all that section of the government is diluted in the River State.
All right.
They're no longer existing.
All right, I've got to go.
Assembly, we don't know about it again. The judiciary, the only thing that is working now is the executive.
All right.
And that is what the governor is enjoying.
All right, I've got to go.
That he can do what he wants to do.
All right, Chima, your 2 minutes is up. Sorry, Stanley from Illinois, sorry about that. Susie from Alakaya, welcome. What is on your mind light here? 2 minutes is the time, please.
Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I don't even want to look at it from that angle. I'm looking at it from angle of ADR, which is the alternative dispute resolution.
Okay.
But we are in a precarious situation where some of these matters have moved beyond where it is now. Suppose some of the matters have not moved to Supreme Court. Because in this instance, it is, you remember that in all these cases now, it is more like the part of the Martyrs Amehule are the ones that have been benefiting over time from the High Court to the Appeal Court. Then we are heading to the Supreme Court. The ones that are in the defensive side are more of the governor of Rivers State, while the Martin Chikamehule are on the offensive side. So to me, it is actually the governor and his people that need more of this alternative dispute resolution, where resolution can be a win-win thing, 50-50. They are the ones that are more looking for the peace. If you look at the mobilization to groups, churches, and all of that, people threatening, nobody has threatened on the part of the party, Amehule. It is only on the part of the governor. You see different groups coming to threaten how if seizure of the allocation and how have you. So I want to say that over time, people like me have clamored that this matter should be resolved over time. But there are those from the angle of the governor who have been talking tough. Today now, setting up a P-Court panel. They are even celebrating it as if it was their own appeal.
But yet again, it gives them, the right to vent whatever grievance they have. That's why it's the Court of Appeal.
Yes. Suppose there is anything otherwise, which actually the Federal High Court and their people has even set an agenda for that particular alternative for it to be resolved at that level, where it might not even favor the governor. So I want to say that, but let it be that we are resolving this matter so that we can move ahead in Rivers State.
All right.
Because I do not even see what he's doing there as a governor.
Susie, your 2 minutes is up. All right, thank you.
The limitations along and not using their salaries and all of that.
Thank you very much. I've got to move on. Alioze from Omuma, welcome. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Good afternoon, man of the people.
I greet you.
Man of the people, one thing is to set panel of judges personality hearing. And another important thing is for them to bring the constitutional provisions to bear in adjudicating the matter vis-a-vis giving their verdict. But you and I is in this country when some cases that is contending with the constitution of our country, they will take it to court. Judges in their wisdom will not even look into the merits of the case. They will struck it out. I believe very well that striking cases out will not be the news we will hear from Court of Appeal. So I am urging the judges to do the needful by looking into the Constitution, depending on the Constitution, to give their judgment.
Now, remember, Aloze, it is based on what petition that is before the courts. The Court of Appeal will not.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I say you should also know it is based on the petition that is before the courts. The court will not go beyond the petition before it.
Yes, I know. The whole thing centers on we are contesting how does this work? What is the propriety of this in our constitution? So for me, that is the whole thing in the court. So I expect the court to explain according to the constitution. As for the issue of NNPC, an independent petroleum marketer telling us they will bring a fair price. One of the people, you and I know what they told us last week, that is the landing cost. So there is nothing they will tell me that the price of fuel will reduce to what it is today. Until our federal government look inward in repairing our own refinery, without placing us in the hand of these individuals who is fixing price of fuel to aggrandize more wealth to themselves, suffering the common Nigerians, even at the minimum wage of 70,000 naira.
All right, Alozie, I've got to go. 2 minutes up. You all set the time, remember. Ken from Ubimini, welcome.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, welcome, Ken.
Canada, if I may ask, I think in the morning, during your 6 o'clock bulletin, I had some names. 3-man panel. I don't know if they are female or they are male. Otherwise, I should have said that whatever thing a man can do, the woman,
the gender doesn't matter at this point. Please go straight to your.
I'm not talking about gender here. I want to know exactly the type of, the quality of, and the serious people that are concerned in Rivers State political crisis. Because no matter the panel, no matter who they are and what they are, let it not be an ambush of a panel where they will hijack everything and frustrate the condition of this River State. Because as far as I'm concerned, the way things are going in this state is not the way it has been going in the 36 states of Nigeria. Then in the area of the IPMAN and the Dangote, according to your question, I believe 300 at least should be the price of food in this country, because we are known as the giant of Africa, and it is because of this common commodity that made us to be bold to answer that name, giant of Africa, where we have everything, and Dangote and others, there will be no landing cost, pounds and the dollar exchange and other currency. Everything is being here in this country. So let it be 300 so that the masses and the little ones can afford the fuel in the country. All right,
Ken, thank you. Your 2 minutes up. I've got Chima. Oh, Chima, sorry about that. I've got Bright from Rumudumaya. Bright, welcome.
Thank you, Canada. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm happy about the 3-man panel of appeal concerning the appeal of the issues in River State. But you know, this is a political issue where we talk about leadership. I know this panel is just to bring at least temporary peace within the remaining 4 years of governorship, so that by maybe 2027 or 2026, they can now struggle it out on who to take over in 2027. But at least let there be peace this time. But you know, enmity have shown itself both on trust and prayer to both parties. So nobody will want the other person to come back again by 2027. But I believe that let that peace be there for these remaining 2-3 years, so that workers and Rivers citizens will enjoy the benefits of democracy. Then concerning Petrol, Dangote and IPMAN, Dangote is a problem because being in oil business do not see any green light, because he wants to monopolize that oil business. Only his refinery is this one that will be operating. Anyone, even the one that needs people will build as any corporate organization, or even Nigeria itself, will not even achieve anything other than Dangote refinery. So they should look towards Dangote and allow other people to import oil, crude, and also allow people to build more refineries. And things will be better in Nigeria.
When you say allow, you're talking as if they've stopped people from building refineries, or people have been. I mean, there is a regulatory body that regulates the petroleum sector, the upstream and downstream, petroleum sector. So just be calm, I should say. Let's see how things play. But I get your concerns there. Frank from Eche. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon to you. Afternoon.
How are you doing today?
Good. I'm just being forgetful, but good. Welcome on the show.
Thank you. I think it's a welcome development what I would like to appeal to the governor is to take it serious. Because as far as I'm concerned, his legal team is not serious. This is a serious matter that can end him his stay or his ousting. I think he should look for credible Nigerian legal luminaries to take up this case.
Are you saying the people
he can lose the case if he plays with it?
Are you saying his lawyers are not?
I think he should sit up and get lawyers in Nigeria.
Oh my! Are you saying his lawyer? Not Frank. Calm down. Are you saying his lawyers? Now, I mean that's like an insult to the lawyers that are representing him. Anyways, thank you. I've got gift from you. Gift, welcome. What is on your mind? I like to hear.
Good afternoon, man of the people.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Let me start from the angle of celebration. The Ogoni 9.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The name of that military head of state is Abacha.
Abacha, yeah, I've just remembered. 29 years ago, yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, this is the Niger Delta total struggle. The man was straight to the point, non-violence and all the rest. That was what he preached, and he kept to it until the day Abacha took his life, when he does not have that right or power to do what he did as a then. It is so painful. This is wicked as far as I'm concerned. They should just look for every possible means. Mr. President, it's like what I'm seeing of the truth. It is loading. Ogoni is coming. Mr. President will do it.
All right,
he has promised.
All right, then.
Let me stop there and now contribute concerning the 3-man panel of appeal court. You remember there was one appeal that came up, the same panel, special panel at Abuja before this one. This will be the second. Take your mind back. This is not even the first. But I love what is happening because more than 30 cases, if I'm not mistaken, I think the last time it was close to 39. And these very persons that are from the side of the governor, they don't pursue these matters. They will just write to a particular court and abandon the case. That has been the problem. So with this one now, there's nowhere to hide, no room to hide, nowhere to run. Harmonize everything and tell us what the court have been saying from day one. We all know. I don't want to talk more than this, but I understand that at the end of the day, somebody will come out again to accuse them ambush and fraudulent.
All right.
Let me stop here.
All right, thank you. Your time is up.
You.
Your time is up. Stanley from Elena, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Yes, Canada. Good day.
Welcome.
Yes, the issue of NNPC stopping importation of fuel, to me, is a good one, but it's not enough. I want to call on the NNPC, the management of NNPC. They should ensure that our refineries are working. We have refineries in this country. They shouldn't be the only one selling fuel to Nigerians. We have 4 refineries. If they know they cannot run these refineries, they should sell them so that those refineries can work. We want competition in the sector. If there is competition, I believe fuel will go down. We produce the crude here, and if our refineries are also working, we can buy fuel for 500 naira. That is what we aim for.
500 naira.
Are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Right.
On the issue of the special panel set up by the appeal court president, is a welcome development. I believe whichever way the judgment goes this time, whether it goes the way of the governor, Right Honorable Martyrs, who has been obeying court judgment, will also obey. If it all goes their own way, the governor who has not been obeying court judgment,
it still has the court of appeal. Both sides still have the Supreme Court to go to. Just so you know.
Yes, I know. But
okay.
the issue is that before now the governor has failed, and that is the problem we are facing in this state.
Right,
he has failed to obey court judgment.
All right.
Before now, appeal court has given 2 different judgments, which the governor failed to obey.
Once again, when you say fail, I'm not going to argue that. I'm not a legal personality, but I do know from a layman's understanding that there's still the Supreme Court to go to, and I guess some of those cases are before the Supreme Court.
We're all aware that there's a Supreme Court judgment coming up on Thursday.
Hearing, I hear it's a hearing, not a judgment, but let's see what Thursday brings our way. Stanley, thank you very much. I do appreciate your time. But let's now look at some messages. This one says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Kalada. Court of Appeal setting up a 3-man panel to look into Rivers State political problems. I hope the panelists are not recipients of the housing and car gifts by the strongman." Rose, thank you for that message. This one says he was killed by a Abacha. Thank you very much. Yeah, I remember now, 1995. And Timi Ogori from Port Harcourt with that one. Let's see, that message is still loading. This one says Abacha regime, 1995. Henry from Eagle Eye Line, thank you very much. He was killed by the Nigerian military government in the year 1995. That was Abacha Sani Abacha, right? Yeah. And this one, Barrister Yvonne was asking if I meant immortalized. Immortalized works, someone said exonerated. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, you also should be immortalized, just like what's his name now? I'm forgetting the other name. Abiola, just like Abiola, right? You should. This one says, so more people telling me he was killed by Abacha. Thank you very much. More messages. Mr. Eddie, I've seen your message. There's another message there. I've seen it. A lot of people send beauty in Port Harcourt. Thank you. That means a lot of people are aware, and I'm happy that a lot of people are aware about the situation in Ogoni. But let's look at this one. It says IPMAN to load products directly from Dangote. The best news ever since that inglorious statement, fuel subsidies gone, was made. At least for now, we wouldn't hear of Malta. The mafians in the oil sector should channel their energy to the fixing of other local refineries to ensure that there is no complete monopoly. Godwin from Chinda. Godwin, thank you very much. So it says, until the judiciary learns to speak and stand by the truth, they will continue to be, there will be a political crisis in the country. Ezekiel Isaiah with that one. Thank you very much. This one says, it is good that the president of the Court of Appeal has set up a special panel to hear and determine River State Martyrs. However, I don't have confidence in that panel. It is the panel made up of justices of that court that was in a viral video bowing down in reverence for Wike as Minister of the FCT, who was at the Court of Appeal Legal Year celebration as guest of honor a few months ago. Moreover, Wike's wife is one of them. Therefore, to every reasonable mind, the likelihood of bias is already in existence. Donatu Saro Menebene Mark Esquire Port Harcourt. But Menebene wasn't Wike representing the president at that time, so maybe you could argue. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking out loud. But this one says no panel can upturn the truth if the Supreme Court fails in the River State case, as they did with the presidential elections. Nigeria political issues will lead to a new problem. Maxwell, yet again, the lawyers would have to do their best, I guess. This was the setting up of a special appeal court. I've got a commercial, so I'm going to read that message after the commercial. Please do stay tuned.